Welcome to the worst podcast on YouTube. I'm Stephen J. Morris, the host of Late Boomer. And what are we going to do today? I'll tell you, booby. Today we're going to talk about Groypers. Groypers? What the hell is a Groyper? Well, let me explain. Come on, Groyper, here, Groyper. We seem to be having technical difficulties. So, does anybody know any jokes? There they are. Let's make them a little bigger. Well, after all, they're Groypers. There they are. Oh, Groypers. A Groyper is a neo-fascist nerd. They're a collection of a bunch of American degenerates, homosexuals, drug addicts, degenerates, incels, nerds. That's who they are. And that's their photo right there. Don't they look goofy? So who are these Groypers? Who are they? Well, let's find out. Let's go back to history. Pre-World War II. These guys. Huh? Do you know who they are? Okay, anybody got a guess? These guys are brown shirts of Germany in 1922. When Hitler was trying to take over the country of Germany. They call the beer hall push. Now, what do these guys have to do with Groypers in the United States? Goofy white nationalist. Well, let me tell you. Back in 1922 Germany, Hitler needed an organization to fulfill his Nazi ambitions. And these were the brown shirts. They were German degenerates, alcoholics. They were alcoholics, and they were gay. A lot of them were gay. And and they were child molesters and blah, 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 and criminals were the brown shirts. Okay. Their main task was to beat up Jews, beat up gypsies, start gang fights with the communists. And they hardly knew what Hitler's doctrine was about. All they knew is they were German, they were Aryan, and they were superior to everybody. Well, and let's go find let's go find who the leaders were. Yeah. Well, we'll start with the brown shirts. Oh, here we go. I love playing with this. This guy. Recognize him? Adolf Hitler. An unknown leader back then. Okay? Now, let's go try to look for. Let's go try to look for today's leader. And we'll get there real soon. I hope our audio sounds better, because last time it didn't sound that good. Okay? Do, 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 do. And here he is. This is the leader of the Groypers. This guy. Huh? Goofy looking. He's an incel. He claims he's straight, but you just listen to his voice and you know the guy is gay. So he's the king of the Groypers, Nick Fuentes. Strange name for an Aryan. Okay. So this is the deal here. This is the deal. Oh boy. Can't see me, huh? Here I am. I'm back. This is the deal here. This is a case of history repeating itself and repeating itself. Back in pre-Nazi Germany, these ragtag brown shirts were on the streets. They were like the Proud Boys we have here in the United States. They were breaking windows, they were starting riots, and they were all degenerates. They were thrown in jail, they were let go from jail, then thrown in jail. They would hang out in beer halls, get drunk, ogle women. Some did, some ogled men. So eventually, in the 1930s, when Hitler's popularity grew, they sort of put the brown shirts on the back burner. Eventually, when Hitler took over the parliament, German parliament, his other Nazi organizations, should I say, the Goon Squad, and right now I'm drawing a blank. Who were those guys? The SS. The SS took members of the brown shirt and one night massacred all of them. Hitler did not need them anymore. He already got power. So he put an end to the brown shirts. He also put an end to their lives. And that's basically what the Groypers are now. They're a bunch of degenerates. They're going around advocating white power, white power. And eventually, whoever takes power, let's say Trump becomes the Führer, he will get rid of the Groypers the same way Hitler got rid of the brown shirts. They will be eliminated. And so, let me expand this. American fascist movement is not going very well. What we have here are basically a coalition of right-wing groups. That coalition, they contradict each other. They're not united. You got a bunch of groups with different agendas standing side by side. You got the militia, and you got the Klan, and you got the Nazis, and you got the Proud Boys, and you got the evangelical Christians, the Christian Zionists, also known as the Christian nationalist, Christian Zionist, also known as Christian Zionist, and they clash with each other. They're so how could you have a coalition when everybody's different, has different set of goals? And that's why the American fascist movement is not doing so well. The only thing they're doing well is the news media. They're getting a lot of news media coverage. Americans know in their family histories that their grandparents fought fascism back against Hitler. A lot of Americans died fighting Hitler and the fascist Axis. The fascist Axis was Spain, Italy, Japan, and Germany, of course. So we have a new axis, fascist axis happening. Politicians around Europe are getting elected to parliament. Italy just had an election, and they elected a female fascist who is related to Mussolini. And Sweden, the fascist party, gained hold of their government. So it's growing European, but it's not solidified as back the fascist axis back in World War II, back in the 40s. But the problem is the American fascist movement, we have the conservatives. The conservatives are fascist light, semi-fascist, as our president said. And they're trying to cover up for the hardcore fascist. This Giorgio Melania, I don't know, Maloney. I'll probably learn her name once she starts having her government do certain tasks. So we have like Charlie Kirk of the Turning Point USA, which is financed by the Koch brother, George Koch. And they are semi fascist. They want America to be all Christian while the corporate state runs the show. And like Mussolini was pro corporate too. He had the private. Well, in Germany, Oskar Schindler, he worked with he was supposed to be working with Nazi Germany because Hitler is pro corporate private enterprise himself. He wanted to eliminate government and just have corporations running everything. So that's who the Groypers are. You can laugh at them now, but when the final episode happens, it won't be funny at all. Nick Fuentes may look like a funny clown and a comedian, but he's not really funny. Okay? And that's today's episode. Good night, good luck, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.